In today's tutorial, I'll be using my Dainty Personal Pro Airbrush Kit, and my shade is Vanilla mixed with Golden Beige. I'm going to shake that up well, apply 5 to 6 drops of the vanilla, then add a few drops, 3 to 4 drops of the Golden Beige. Mix that up by pulling the lever back, test it on a tissue, and start applying. I'll be doing a separate tutorial on how to use an airbrush kit. The important thing is to remember to keep the distance between the airbrush and your face, and another important thing is to remember that you're looking for changes in the skin and not makeup. You're not supposed to see the makeup. Next, I'll be doing my brows. I'm using a Kelley Baker brows double-sided angle and a spoolie brush, and I'm using the spoolie side to brush my brows in upwards and sideways motion. So the next thing I'm going to do is define my brows using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz pencil, and the shade is brunette. I'm going to be underlining my brows following its natural shape, and I'm going to do the same thing on top. Basically, I just want to define them and give them that fullness without filling them in and making them look overly done. So that's how it should look like when you're done. I'm going to do the other side next. Same steps. Just make sure not to overfill them. Just outline them, and then you'll be smudging that later. Now, using the double-sided brush by Kelley Baker Brows, I'm using the angle part of the brush to smudge the two lines into the brows, and I'm going to do the other side as well. Make sure you use a light hand and make sure they're blended well into the hair so you don't notice the pencil. Using my Kelley Baker Brows brow powder in Ash Brown number 4, I'm going to be using the same angle brush to fill in any gaps that I see where my brows are really sparse. I'm going to fill that up, not too much, keep it light in the front, brush it up with a spoolie, and apply a clear brow gel. I'm using Anastasia Beverly Hills. The clear brow gel will just make everything appear more natural and less noticeable. I'm going to do the other side. And there you go, you can see the difference already. To perfect the shape of the brow and to erase any mistakes, I'll be using a Kelley Baker Brows highlighter pencil, and I'm going to use the flat brush by Kelley Baker Brows to blend that gently into the skin. Make sure you use back and forth movements, light hand, make sure it's all nicely blended into the skin. Next, I'll be applying my primer for the eyeshadows to last longer, and I'm using Urban Decay's Primer Potion, blending it well with my fingers. As a eyeshadow base, I'll be using MAC's Paint Pot in Painterly. I'm going to use my ring finger to apply that all over my lid, and this will act as a base for the bright shadows to pop and appear true to its color. It's an amazing product. I always use this. I love it. I'm going to dab some on the other side as well, and we're good to go. To protect my under eye area from eyeshadow fallout, I'll be using my shadow shields. I'm just going to peel the back off and apply it on my under eye area. They're perfect for catching any fallout, so they keep your eye makeup really clean. You don't have to clean up much afterwards. You just remove them and apply your concealer. I'll be using my Coastal Scents 252 Ultimate Eyeshadow Palette. I'm going to pick up that nice champagne frosty color using a small concealer brush that I wet with MAC Fix Plus, and I'm going to apply this all over my lid. This brush is perfect for precision application. Just pack that on all over the lid. Don't forget the tear ducts. So next, using my MAC 217 blending brush and this nice warm shade from the palette, I'm going to apply this shade into my crease just to warm it up. Make sure you blend well using back and forth movements. Just remember, less is more. If you apply a lot, like I just did, make sure you use the brush with back and forth movements just to blend it all out. And soon you will be using a clean blending brush. I'm using my Real Techniques brush just to smoothen all out. So next I'll be using this dark brown shade with a pencil brush, and I'm going to apply it onto my outer V just to define the eye further. So I'm just going to pack that on just on the outer V. Blend it into the crease a little bit just to define it further. And don't forget, if it looks a little crazy, make sure you take a nice fluffy blending brush and just smoothen it all out. So now it looks nice and smooth. So next I'll be highlighting my brow bone using this shade from the palette and my Kelley Baker brows brush. Using a flat definer brush and the same shade I used on my outer V, I'm going to apply this shade onto my lower lash line. So I'm going to perfect the lid a little bit more using the same champagne shade and a small concealer brush. So I'm just going to apply a little bit more just to perfect it. The eyeliner I'll be using today is Inglots 77 matte gel liner, and I'm applying this with MAC 210 eyeliner brush. Starting really thin and building it slowly. In this look, the eyeliner is quite winged and dramatic, so I'm going to start slowly and building it as I go. Make sure you stick as close to the lash line as possible. Don't make it too thick in front. Just thicken it more as you wing it out. I'm not sure how I feel about this gel liner. I find it a bit drying, and it's also a pain removing it from the brush, washing it off. We'll need to dip it in waterproof makeup remover just to get it off the brush. It's rather drying, I must say. It's a pain applying it. I prefer MAC's Black Track gel liner over this anytime. It's just that I ran out and I had to use my Inglot one. I apologize for the bad lighting, guys. I'm still learning how to use the studio lights and hope to improve in my next videos. I'm defining my lower lash line using the gel liner, and on my waterline I'm applying Smolder by MAC. I'm going to apply my mascara before I apply my falsies. I'm using Dior Show Blackout, and the lashes I'll be using are House of Lashes Temptress. So using the back of a tweezer, apply a thin layer of duo lash glue, wait for 60 seconds, and using a tweezer, apply this as close to the lash line as possible, starting from the center, securing the ends. Don't worry, the glue will dry clear. To conceal the lash band further, you can apply liquid liner over it. I'm not going to do that today. I couldn't find my liquid liner, but you can, and that will conceal the lash band completely. You will not be able to tell whether you're wearing falsies or not. Right now I'm applying a mascara on my bottom lashes, removing my shadow shield, and applying some MAC Pro Longwear concealer just to perfect the under eye area further. I'm using a Real Techniques brush just to buff that in smoothly into the skin. Don't forget to conceal the lash band using the liquid liner. Because I airbrush my face, I don't require powder or anything, but I'll be using MAC's Prep and Prime finishing powder just to set my concealer and a little bit on my T-zone where I usually get oily. Then I'm gonna contour my face lightly using MAC's Mineralize Skin Finish in medium deep. I'm gonna use the same Real Techniques brush just to apply this in the hollows of my cheeks, sides of my forehead, along my chin, and sides of my nose. Just make sure it's buffed and blended well. This will just give your face some definition. Now I'm going to highlight using MAC's Mineralize Skin Finish in Semi Precious Pro, and I'm going to apply this on my cheekbones, on the bridge of my nose, and my cupid's bow. So now you're nice and glowy. So as my blush, I'll be using MAC's Dainty, and I'm applying it with this brush I got from Crown. It doesn't really have a number on it, so I don't know what it is, but I like the shape of it. It's just perfect for the cheeks. It gives me that really nice, precise application. So I'm going to define my lips using MAC's lip liner in the shade Red. I'm just following my natural lip shape, just defining it, preparing it for the lipstick application, and this will stop the lipstick of feathering and make it last longer. And the lipstick I'm using today is Lancome's French Touch. It is my favorite red. I prefer this over any red lipstick anytime. It's just because it's a perfect shade for my skin tone, and I like its texture as well. Also lasts the whole day. I prefer this over Ruby Woo at any time, just because of its texture, as I said, as opposed to the Ruby Woo's drying texture. And also the shade complements my skin tone better. This is it. This is how it should look like. I'm really sorry about the lighting again. I promise to improve. So here it is, guys. This is the final look. Um, I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. And yeah, if you have any requests, just let me know in the comments below and I will try and recreate some looks for you.